Hey, in this video, I wanted to share with you what I believe is the best business model to act on going into 2026. Now, I don't typically concern myself with these things. The best business model videos make me cringe more often than not because they're not backed by anything. But this is. And judging what I've been able to do in my own business and the results other people have gotten through my mentorship and also my clients that I've documented on this channel, it's just not something that we can ignore anymore. So if you are here, I've been documenting the growth of my business. If you're new here, excuse me, I've been documenting the growth of my business for the last few months now, almost every single day. But there's a piece that's been missing here, and that piece is the structure, the cloning of it all, and the missing elements that have allowed me to cut through so quickly while everyone else has struggled to make any money in this day and age of online business. So we're coming on the end of October now, meaning you're still early. And of course, it would mean a lot to be able to walk you through this opportunity so that you're not misled. Again, this comes from someone who's already built the business. So I'm sharing this now in this way as I've been spending the last few weeks, months even, giving the structure, boiling this down into a process that is laughably easy to repeat. But there's no doubt in my mind that this is where the online business climate moves going into 2026. This is the thing that everybody's going to jump on, pile on. This is the only avenue, once you remove everything, this is the only avenue that people are actually making significant amounts of money with doing the thing as online business owners in a very predictable fashion. And above all, it allows you to scale very far being a solo operator if that is what you desire. So if you've been following me for some time, you know that I've built a significant business and income generating deals for other businesses. Scaling a business to this level, talking numbers like 25K in a week on pace to 100K a month as essentially a solo operator, was considered impossible. Though full disclosure, I have had contractors and I am currently employing more. The way I was able to do this was by doing the opposite of what everyone else I have seen in the B2B space, in the agency space, go about things. So where the majority of folks in B2B were fixated on using tools like AI to get meetings for businesses, I took that same concept and instead of focusing on the individual deliverables, at least in the way I modeled my business, we structured our operations around the amount of deal flow we could provide to businesses. It allowed me to immediately become insanely valuable to both small and large businesses, generating over $250,000 a month in deals for these companies, all off of my laptop without ever spending a cent on ads, without ever actually needing prior experience, and it completely changed my life and my income. Now, one of the keys here was we highlighted the deal flow as that was our job. That was our job. The nice thing is, and if and when you get good at generating deals for companies, it's very simple to do. Your results are not dependent on whether or not they close a deal. As long as you are generating deals for them, you will be in hot demand. And this has never been easier than now, especially with this third stage of AI. And I'm just thinking about it in the way of the LLMs and ChatGPTs and the Claudes being the first wave, and then AI workflows and automation being the second wave. And now we have this where we're generating deals and actual applicability to businesses, like actual applicability and practicality. Anyway, so essentially now we're doing 25K in a week, numbers like this, doing freelance deal generation, taking the traditional money-making tools like cold outbound, enhancing it with AI and using actual business strategies to get a competitive advantage and not end up like one of the other vultures trying to get the last piece of the meat off the pile. And I'm sure that's what you're seeing right now. Just scroll through the YouTube algorithm. So let's talk about this a little bit more. Let's explore this a little bit more because now this has structure. This is what I was waiting for. Structure, repeatability, proof of concept. Can this be cloned and replicated? Can other people replicate these results? That's what I was waiting for. So what is freelance deal generation? So you're helping businesses generate deals using AI-powered cold outbound. So how it works is you find a business that needs more deal opportunities, more deal flow. You offer to source some of these deal opportunities. You then use AI to build hyper-targeted, automated cold outbound campaigns, and then you bring them this deal flow and you get paid. Okay, so you can charge anywhere from 2 to 5K a month. I do that routinely. I charge a lot more than that, but I'm a bit of an anomaly in this case. I'm just trying to talk about where we can set the expectations here. And you're not selling cold email. You're not selling lead gen. You're selling deal flow. when you work with high ticket clients, and this is the key, where one client equals, let's say, $10,000 in deal flow for them, it's not long at all, nor is it uncommon to start generating 50 to 100K a month in deal flow for companies, which when positioned in this way makes you a monster at what you do. And you become the guy. You become a multi-6, even 7-figure deal generator. So paying you 2 to 5K is a no-brainer. Now, this is important for us to explore the differences. What is a clear differentiator between deal generation and the whole little lead gen thing people were doing? So with lead generation, for example, the main negative aspect of that is that you're seen as a vendor, which is, it's very low value. You know, you might get them 2 meetings on their calendar, 3 meetings on their calendar a month. It's very low value. It's easy to replace. It's commoditized. You know, you're maybe charging, or you're maybe making $500 to $1,500 a month. With freelance deal generation, you are specifically going after high ticket opportunities, high ticket clients. Of course, you handle the entire outreach process, which is fine. With AI, it's nothing. But you're seen, most importantly, as a strategic partner, which makes you high value and which makes you hard to replace. So in terms of pricing now, instead of $500 to $1,500 a month, you've now moved up to 2 to 5K a month. And that's very common. That could be per deal. But anyway, I say all this to say, it depends on how you structure it, but I say all this to say premium positioning is the main differentiator. And that opens up the door for everything, for you to actually make real money in this space. So why this matters? Deal flow positions you as an expert from day one, even if you have no prior experience. This is the cheat code. This is how you sidestep all of your competition. Lead gen, AI automation, all these little thingies. It's crowded and commoditized. So this is the deal flow. Deal flow immediately insinuates high ticket. This is why it's this is why it's at a premium. This is why it's in demand. Not to mention how targeting, list building, AI workflows, and copywriting all change now that you're optimizing for deal flow and not leads. Okay, so it's very important for us to explore that difference. So now, why I started this video off by saying I believe this is the best business model going into 2026. Why? Well, I had to have actually. I wanted to actually do the thing and build a business around this before ever actually exploring this in this way. But here's why I think this is, no bias aside. Let's forget that I've actually done the thing. Reason number one, low barrier to entry. So what you don't need is a degree. You don't need years of experience. I need years of experience in business to do this. You don't need a big team, expensive software. You're not paying for ads. You don't need a huge budget. What you do need is a laptop, an internet connection, but most importantly, the right system. So I've said this before on this channel. I actually built this business on a credit card. So case in point. Reason number two is high profit margin. So if you're doing e-com, I mean, I'm not an e-com expert, but your margins are, they probably keep you up at night. SaaS, great margins, but it takes years to build. And we're not talking go high level white label BS SaaS. I don't know who told you guys that is SaaS. That's not. It's with freelance deal generation, you might have. It's very common to have margins 80 that are 80+%. So it's also scalable without a team, and it's recession proof. I mean, businesses always need more deal flow. This is what they convert into cash flow. You're never not going to get responses from businesses. So in the good times, they want to grow. In the bad times, they need to survive. And also, lastly, AI makes this unfairly easy. So 5 years ago, this was difficult. Case in point, I wasn't in this space 5 years ago. So you had to manually research the leads and find deal opportunities, manually write emails, manually send emails. That would take you hours, and now AI does everything. You guys have seen this on this channel if you've been around before. So let's talk about who this is actually for and who this should matter to. Because I obviously don't want to throw this at the wrong person, but here's the reality. This is for you if you are stuck in a corporate job and you want to escape. I've been there. This is for you if you are a freelancer or consultant or solo operator who wants predictable income. You're an entrepreneur who's tried other models and failed. I've been there as well. This is for you if you want a huge team. Excuse me, if you want a business without a huge team or a budget. And for you if you want to make 10K a month in the fastest time possible. I don't guarantee anything. I start these videos off with my results are not typical. I make no guarantees or income claims. But if I was going to do it over again, it would be down this avenue. Take that for what it is. This is not for you if you're not willing to put in the work. It took me work to get here. It took my clients work to get to where they are. If you want passive income, this is not for you as well. This requires active work at first. Now, I know this might sound complicated, but it's not. I've built, for the last few months, I've been working on building a simple checklist, and I've built it now that walks through every step from day zero. I've refined this with the folks in my private mastermind program. I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up in my free masterclass. So here's your invitation. Here's what I want to do by request. I've been speaking to a lot of up-and-coming business owners, aspiring business owners who weren't really in the position to work with me in Spectre and needed something a bit more entry level because that's a bit of a more advanced program. You already have a business doing significant amounts of revenue. So by request, I'm holding a free live masterclass. This is going to be on Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. Next week, Wednesday. It's going to be, you're going to get the complete system to start your freelance deal generation business and scale to 10 to 30K a month. So we're going to be covering the exact system I use to generate 24K, 25K in a week doing freelance deal generation, how to land your first high ticket client in 7 to 14 days using a simple checklist anybody can follow. I've again already refined this with Spectre, the AI power email templates that book sales calls. It's copy paste ready. And how to scale to 10 to 30K a month without hiring a team or spending money on ads. So I'm going to show you everything you need to know to just crush it. That's been the theme on this channel. I'm helping a few business owners again do this right now as we speak inside of my private mastermind program, which is a bit more of an advanced program. And a lot of you guys have wanted something more entry level. So this is it in the form of a 100% free live masterclass. Now, important notes. Please take my word on this. It's going to be a one-time live event. I am not recording it. No replay. So if you miss it, you miss it. If you are serious about starting this in 2026, I'll show you everything. I will put you on. Click the link in the description, reserve your spot, and I will see you on the 29th, next Wednesday. My final thoughts, and again, it's very important for me to reiterate this. I'm not going to tell you this is easy. It's not. You have to put in the work, but here's the thing. If you do the work, this business model works. I've seen it work for me time and time again. I've seen it work for my students, my clients time and time again who wanted to integrate this into their services too. So these student and client wins, audience member wins, these are scattered all throughout my channel. Nevertheless, I will be showing all of this and more in my masterclass. But what's also important is these are regular people, not gurus, not influencers. I'm a regular person. I don't even make proper thumbnails. I don't use Instagram. I have maybe 80 followers on there. Okay, it's just regular people who have followed a system. I don't run ads to this channel. No ads. It's just you and me. So you can do this. You can do the same thing. I'm telling you, you can. Now, if you are ready, if you're ready to take this seriously, if you're ready to build a real business in 2026, I will then see you at the masterclass. Again, click the link in the description to register now and reserve your seat.